With this next one, we're really getting into the rare and obscure stuff. We have a game on the Vectrex, and it's Fortress of Narzod. And if you have a photosensitivity, I would advise you to skip this part of the video because there are going to be a lot of flashing lights. This is a Vectrex game. The Vectrex has a screen built into it, and there's no way to capture gameplay footage other than just facing a camera at the screen. So you're going to see like that old school flashing that you see in old videos when they filmed like CRT TVs, but worse. Dude, how do you even freaking record the Vectrex? Like, how do you get gameplay footage of this? Like, what do you do? Let's turn it on. Sweet. Hey Google, turn off all the lights. This is a shoot 'em up from 1983, and I've never really seen anything like it. You start at the bottom of this jagged mountain path, and you have to destroy 3 waves of these annoying enemies that come down at you. And after you do that, you move up to the next screen. Like I said, this is like a single screen shooter like Galaga or Space Invaders. It's from that time period. At the top of the 3rd screen, you fight a boss, and if you win, which is like beating the game just repeats. And you're just playing for a high score, so don't expect any story or anything like that. This is a basic game, and the gimmick to it, because every game back then had to have a gimmick, is that your bullets ricochet all over the freaking place. You can bounce them, you can angle them to reach the enemies from different directions, but unfortunately, if you're too trigger happy and not careful, the bullets can and will ricochet back down and take you out. Which is the primary way that I die when I play this game. You know, it's a simple game. It's a vector-based game from freaking 40 years ago. 40 years ago this came out. And it's super memorable to look at, and it's a memorable game on the Vectrex. When I think of the Vectrex, this is one of the first games that pops into my mind. I love the way Vectrex games look. I don't know that you can really review the graphics on a Vectrex because it looks the way a Vectrex looks. But I love the way that looks. I would say the graphics are very good, you know, for this game. The music really only kind of exists between the transitions and the title screens. And it's a decent rendition of Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries. I wish there was music while you were playing, but I don't know that the system could handle that. I think that the idea of this game is really good, but it has like just 2 enormously huge flaws. First, the freaking birds that fly down will shoot you from spots where you can't shoot them, and their bullets are too fast to even dodge. That's annoying. Like, you have to catch them exactly at the right time that they come down, or just anticipate their shots and hope you get lucky to move out of the way. The second thing that's really annoying is that the enemy hitboxes are smaller than they appear. So you'll constantly have bullets like pass right through the enemies, and it's super infuriating when you like catch the corner of an enemy and your bullet just goes straight by them, hits the wall, ricochets, flies up, and comes back down and kills you. And that happens all the time. This game does pack a challenge. There are 3 difficulty levels, but they're all like super freaking hard. I mean, they are tough. Even on easy, this game's like a nightmare. I think if they had tightened up the gameplay on this a little bit, that this could have been one of the best games on the Vectrex. I did finish it. I did get the technical 1 credit clear, even though it's only like 9 stages, you know, 3 waves for each screen, and then there's 3 screens before the boss fight. So it's a relatively short experience, and you are just going for that high score. So how is freaking Fortress of Narzod on the Vectrex? I think it's a decent game. It's one of the more memorable games on the Vectrex, but the gameplay's kind of freaking annoying. It looks really cool, but like, it's tiring to play. And once you kind of figure out how to play around the idiosyncratic elements of it, you can get really good, but that makes it almost like a formula you're just doing over and over and over again. And I found out once I learned how to avoid shooting myself and where to keep my ship like hidden in the corner and how to shoot down the birds, like I could just almost loop the game indefinitely. So it's fun for a short play. You're not gonna find it anywhere. You're not gonna be able to pick it up unless you go out of your way to get it. So Fortress of Narzod, it's a 6 out of 10. I don't know if you want to track it down along with finding a Vectrex somewhere. That's a tall order.